partner pages, a user rolls over, the 321 qualifies, and engagement begins now because all the assets have loaded. So this example houses a live Twitter feed. So I know for AR&G it was really important for people to go to Facebook, talk to each other about their Army moment. And this is a great way for people to talk about it right in front of users and other people that you're encouraging to get into Army National Guard as well. This speaks very well to your age demographic, which you're going for males 18 through 34. And we had toyed with the idea before about maybe using Twitter, but you said that the client wasn't ready yet, but it was definitely something that you wanted to do in Q2.
Yeah, I mean, how would you, so is this something that you guys would do for us? Because how would we, I mean, would we put our feed in here? How would, I don't even know really how they do it. That newfangled technology is crazy, but who sits there and kind of watches the post? How do we?
Well, two ways. So the feed that you are going to create, that I'm sure your creative team is working on right now, for safety purposes, we can pull that feed directly right into this unit. So that way, that will be monitored and 100% safe. Or we could create a feed just for this dynamic, unique unit as well.
I know we've had legal issues with Twitter. It's just so hard to, I think, for our creative team to get in touch with them to even initiate conversations. So you guys kind of cover off on that. Is that?
Well,
the
Twitter part would be on your end unless you wanted us to create a unique feed where only users that engage with this ad will see the feed. That's another way to ensure the safety.
Okay, but just using Twitter period seems to be the problem. Like it's tough for our creative team to kind of get the go ahead that we can pull a Twitter feed into a unit. So have you guys had any trouble in the past with clients and just doing it?
No, we haven't had. We've had over Best Buy. This is a great example of obviously a conservative brand that wants to make sure there's safety. So this is a living, breathing example of how we've executed it successfully.
Okay, this was in the live environment.
Yes, it was.
Right. I mean, if any other information would just help, because again, like a lot of cold feet trying to get in touch with someone at that company to give us the okay to do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely loop in with my solutions team in the studio and see the next steps. So I'm going to jump ahead and show you, again, a way that we can extend AR&G's reach on a different platform, which is mobile. Talk to me a little bit about how you're using mobile to reach your campaign objectives.
Right now it's, for the most part, it's handled on a test basis through the digital team. We don't really like to put considerable budget towards it, so value add campaigns are, I think, a great way to include it. It's always connected to the digital campaigns, so as much as we could extend maybe what we're doing with you already, I'm assuming we've never done this on a campaign.
We have not.
No, okay.
And just talk to me a little bit about why it's nothing that you really want to put a budget behind. Is it because you've seen negative performance, or it's just relatively new?
It's just pretty new for the client, and before we can justify budget, we need to kind of justify the metrics. I'm surprised that none of the planners have put this on a campaign yet. Have they ever suggested it? Has it gotten close to?
It's been in the talks, but as you just said before, they haven't really allocated a lot of budget to it and haven't weighted it because it was a new emerging platform for AR&G.
Okay, and you're serving video across the same network in the browser. How does it work?
Yeah, let me show you exactly how it works. So we have our own application network. Your ad frames invitation is similar to online. This is different because it sits on top of an application.
Okay.
So when a user taps on the invitation, it renders the full screen overlay. So same great CPE model, and then giving you extended reach on iPhone. So again, we serve our ad frames invitations within iPhone application
the same thing that we're doing with the digital, same kind of creative unit.
Exactly. It's a really great seamless way to syndicate that content across different platforms and keep the same great engagement experience.
Okay, now you said it runs on an application. So what application?
I can send you a full list. I know I didn't want to give you 5,000 pages because I know
Sure.
you're running, and since we're at the event, but I will follow up and send you a full list of all of our application partners. Just
Okay,
so
so
we're
it's
transparent.
a network of applications.
Exactly.
That run across. Okay. Same pricing model, same idea?
Same CPE model. You only pay when your user engages.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is something that could push the planners to do.
Okay, and in terms of timing for mobile or when you're ramping up, I know that you said Q2 you're going to start late Q2, Q3.
Mm-hmm.
Does mobile align with the same team as digital for the moment?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same planners that I think you've been working with that really should be pushing this through, at least on a test basis. I mean, is that something that we could do? Could we kind of do a value add situation where, you know, with a digital media buy, we can get some impressions to serve on mobile.
Well, what we can do is allot some of the spend that you are already spending on ad frames and take a small percentage of that, maybe 10%, and allocate it to the iPhone.
Sure.
Okay, well, let's jump ahead because I know we have just a little bit of time. I really want to showcase and highlight the new baby that's in the arsenal, which is AdFrames Dock. This is a different ad unit. It aligns video views with persistent ability to give you great engagement as well. And how it works is a user lands on one of our pages within our network. A beautiful half-digital loads. It has a user timeline bar across the top. The user can either close out of the top interstitial, or after 15 seconds, it dissolves into an engagement bar across the bottom. And why this is important for ARNG and why I'm showing you this is because in the beginning, when you had 15 seconds clips and 30-second clips, we didn't really know, or that you didn't really know if the client wanted to utilize which one. So this is a great way to use a 15-second clip as a teaser to then get the user to engage with that longer form content. Or you could put you could map to resource centers to get more information on finding out how to enlist and how to enroll in ARNG. So this also offers you unlimited functionality, but again, gets those views across and drives awareness.
It's a very aggressive experience.
Aggressive meaning
Just in your face.
in your face.
Yeah. It's pretty aggressive. I don't think we've run anything like this before.
Well, we were actually going to run Spot with you, which was far more aggressive than this campaign. Again, if it
What
does,
happened with that?
well, the client didn't want to use the 15-second spot. Remember, they only wanted to use the 30-second.
So we couldn't use the unit altogether.
Right. But again, I completely understand where you're coming from as an internet user. It might be aggressive, and for those users that find it aggressive, like you just found, we offer the option for someone to close out of it if they find it aggressive. And then it's top of mind, again, if they decided maybe I was caught off guard, but I want to engage with additional content, which is why we allow for the engagement bar to sit across the bottom that will give ARNG real estate across the page at the end of the day if they do find the unit aggressive.
So what's the scale of this product? Where does it run?
It runs across the network as similar to AdFrames, so we can run it targeted to reach whatever your awareness goals are.
When did this launch?
It launched April 1.
And you have full publisher adoption.
We do. We've
So-
got a great network.
Runs across the whole site list. They've
Yes.
all accepted this ad unit.
Yes.
That's astonishing.
I know, it's great.
That's pretty wild.
Rashi, your train's in 1 minute.
Okay, so Rashi, I'm going to jump ahead very quickly because I know you have to run. Again, as we said, as we just talked about earlier, when we were, toying back and forth between running the 15-second creative or the 30-second, the different ad unit spots, ad frames, I would really love to run a creative study with you guys to put together a full package of using all of our array of different products, so mobile, doc, as well as ad frames, to put together a creative example to find out which unit is giving you the best awareness and engagement with your target audience, as well as different creative executions.
Have you met with the director of research?
I have not, but I have a director of analytics that I would love to link the two together.
Okay.
And what is
from the agency or from the client side?
both? Could you give me their names?
Sure. Aziz Hassan. He's
Okay.
actually my nephew, treating him very well.
I will.
But
Any
she's
family
really
members
interested in
definitely
this
will.
kind of stuff, so I
Okay.
think.
And he would definitely be interested in our latest ComScore findings, which basically proves in what it's saying and why it's important to you is it's showing that our ad frames work hard and have worked hard for ANG. Just very quickly, top level, we did an all-encompassing study to compare our units against banners. Top of mind, just top level, ad frames impressions, this is just impressions, perform 2x over standard banners for ad recall. And then for those users that go on to engage, the ad recall is 6x over the standard banners. So I could definitely see this being something that Aziz would love to see as well as the client in research.
Could we run something like this for our brand?
We could definitely do a ComScore study together.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, so for next steps, because I know you have to run, what I'll do is I will link back up with my research team. We'll reach out to the client and research as well on your end. We'll put together a sample plan that will encompass a study, a ComScore study for you as well. And then we'll also have new ideas on the new ad units that we can put together and put to good use for your awareness goals. And then when I'm there on the 30th, we can all walk through it together. Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Rashi, and have a safe trip home, and I'll see you next week.
We're gonna get some disco fries.
I do. Yeah.
What are disco fries?